What's up, Mission Kids? Welcome back to another week of Church at Home. Before we jump in today, let's worship together. Worshiping is celebrating the greatness of God. So stand up, turn up the volume wherever you're watching this, and let's sing and dance together.
I've been trying to find it, find the wild for this rebel heart. I've been coming up empty, can't find an ending if I had no start. I finally found the answer to my purpose. It turns out you were closer than I ever thought. And now I'm gonna live my life on purpose, the way I could have all along. I was chasing meaning, looking for a feeling. Now I found your freedom, and I know it's here to stay. When I'm restless, I run to your presence. There's no better promise than your way. That's how I was born to run, run, run. That's how I was made to run, run, run. I was feeling so heavy until you showed up and you took the weight, running through open spaces. Now my rebel heart has found its way. I finally found the answer to my purpose. It turns out you were closer than I ever thought. And now I'm gonna live my life on purpose, the way I could have all along. I was chasing meaning, looking for a feeling. Now I found your freedom, and I know it's here to stay. When I'm restless, I run to your presence. There's no better promise than your way. That's how I was born to run, run, run. That's how I was made to run, run, run. That's how I was made to run, run, run. That's how I was made to run, run, run. That's how I was made to run. Faith and vision collide. Got dreams run wild when life is all about you. Now my future begins in your freedom. Jesus, I'm all about you. I was chasing meaning, looking for a feeling. Now I found your freedom, and I know it's here to stay. When I'm restless, I run to your presence. There's no better promise than your way. This heart was born to run, run,
up, guys? Welcome back to week 2 of our brand new series for June in Mission Kids. This month, we are learning all about how to follow God as our leader and how we can become great leaders ourselves. We'll hear epic stories from the Bible about really cool leaders and the God who led them. What are some things that make you feel afraid? Maybe you're afraid of spiders or snakes or the dark. The truth is, there are lots of things that we can be afraid of. And chances are there are probably some people that share the same fears as you. Most everyone has a way that makes them feel better whenever they come across something that makes them feel afraid. Maybe you have a song that you sing to yourself to help calm you down. Or maybe you have a favorite stuffed animal or a blanket that you hold whenever you're feeling afraid. The truth is, everyone has fears, even leaders. But with God's help, we can overcome our fears and do something epic. Today, we are going to hear about a leader who did just that. Check this out.
Hi there, chicken nuggets. It's me, Carl.
And I'm Andy. Welcome to Grow TV.
What is up, Andy?
How's it going?
What it do?
Hey there.
What up?
All right, no more. We have fun.
We sure do.
You seem like you're in a really good mood, Carl.
Well, it's because I am.
Well, why is that?
Well, after last week's big idea of everyone can be a leader, well, it got me excited.
That's great, Carl.
It really is. I mean, I'm a leader. I can accomplish so much.
That's so good for you, man.
What? What was that?
Well, I mean, I think it's great that you're confident, but,
But what?
well, leading takes a lot of responsibility, and I'm always scared to lead.
I'm scared to lead? Why?
I mean, what if I fail?
Fail. What are you talking about, fail?
Well, you know how you could succeed at leading, right?
Yeah, if you're good at something, you succeed. What's the problem?
Well, the problem is, just like you can succeed, you can also fail.
Excuse me?
Wait, you mean you didn't know that?
What? Psh, of course I knew that. I mean, like, when you succeed is like when you fail. You know, it's the conundrum of this sentence is what? What?
Carl, you're not making any sense.
That's because I'm failing, Andy.
But,
No buts. This is it. Every hope, goal, and dream I had is vanished into thin air.
whoa, Carl, that is not...
No more leading for me. Let's take a moment to thank all the leaders that I wanted to be like.
Hey, Jada.
Hey Andy, how's it going, Carl?
Oh, not bad.
You excited about being a leader?
Carl's not having the best day.
Oh, how come?
I'm just a little bummed is all.
Why's that?
Well, I was so excited about being a leader, but then Andy destroyed my whole universe.
Okay, not really. I was just reminding Carl that sometimes when you're leading, you may not always succeed. You may fail or mess up.
And now he just reminded me twice. Why are you trying to destroy my whole universe, Andy?
I'm glad you're not being dramatic about this.
I'm not dramatic! Okay, I'm a little dramatic.
Now, Carl, you gotta understand, leading can be scary, but it's so much easier when you have God on your side.
Just like Gideon.
Exactly.
Giddy Woody?
Gideon, he was a normal guy in the Old Testament.
Yup, and one day while he was working, an angel came to him and told him that the Lord was with him.
But weren't the Israelites God's people kind of in just like a bad spot right then?
They were. The people of God were not listening to God, but God still loved them.
Oh.
That angel also called Gideon a mighty warrior.
Hold up. I thought you just said he was a normal dude, not some mighty warrior. Those things are completely different.
Well, Gideon was surprised by hearing that too, but he was told by the angel that he would be the one to defeat the Midianites, the people who have been treating the Israelites so poorly.
Wow, that's huge.
It was, but Gideon started out his mighty warrior status by leading the charge to destroy the idols that his own people had put up.
Whoa, that was bold.
Carl, do you even know what an idol is?
Yeah, it's anything that takes place of God. I mean, God talked about it in the 10 Commandments.
Respect.
Yeah, I know things.
That was impressive, Carl. Then Gideon was told he would have to go to battle, even though his community was weak and he was the smallest in his family.
Talk about being afraid to fail. That's a lot of pressure.
You bet it is, and Gideon was so nervous that he asked for a sign from God.
Like a stop sign?
Not really. What Gideon was going to do is he was going to take a piece of wool from a lamb, go outside and lay it down. And in the morning, if that wool was wet and the ground was dry, he knew that God would keep his promise and be with him and help him defeat the Midianites.
How would a wet piece of wool help?
It wouldn't, but that was Gideon's way of making absolute sure that it was God who was calling him.
Still weird, but proceed.
God gave Gideon the signs he asked for, but when Gideon gathered people to join his army, God told Gideon that there were too many people in his army. So Gideon said anyone who was afraid to fight can go home. And do you know how many people went home?
500.
22.
22.
Ha!
1,000. 22,000 soldiers.
What?
What?
And even though there were only 10,000 soldiers left, God said it was still too much. So Gideon listened to God, and at the end of it, there were only 300 soldiers left.
Are you kidding me? Why would God take away Gideon's armies?
Well, Gideon was told he would defeat the Midianites, and God wanted to make sure that everyone would know that if it wasn't for God, then they would have failed.
Holy moly, that's incredible. So they won?
They sure did, all because Gideon trusted God and God gave him courage to lead.
Well, that's great. So I guess I shouldn't be worried about failing.
Right? Everyone fails, but it takes real courage and bravery to lead.
It takes courage to trust too, and leading with God on your side is so much better than anything else.
I believe that. What an awesome reminder. God gives me courage to lead.
Hey Carl, that's our big idea.
Heck, what? No, you're silly, Jada. Andy. Apparently, today's big idea is God gives me courage to lead.
So let's say it out loud on the count of 3. 1,
2,
3.
God gives me courage to lead. Way to go!
Right.
He gives me the courage and you the courage. And Andy, apparently, who would have thunk? Hey, I got a question, Andy. What are you afraid of?
Nothing?
Really? Not even this?
What is it?
Nothing.
Ah!
Gotcha. See you next week, kids.
Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for a new episode of Pro TV.
Gideon was a judge, just like Deborah, who we learned about last week. Even though Gideon was afraid, he trusted God, and God helped him defeat his enemy, even though he only had 300 men in his army. We will all probably be afraid at some point. But just like Gideon, we can trust that God will lead us, even when it seems like the odds are against us. And we can know that God will give us the courage we need to lead. And that's our big idea for this week, that God gives me courage to lead. Let's check out our Bible verse for this month. This month's Bible verse comes from Micah 6:8, and here's what it says. What does the Lord require of you? To act justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with your God. Now take just a second to say that verse with the people around you. Thanks for hanging out today. Be sure to scroll down to check out this week's discussion questions and activities for you to do together. Have a great week, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye!